in the middle. We'll see if, in fact, Drummond can live up to that.
Chandler with the ball, averaging 13 points a contest. Aflalo, no good.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Outside Jennings, on the wing, Singler. Smith with a screen on Lawson. Singler, and there's another one for the Pistons.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Watson the pass to Chandler. Johnson left side from 15 feet away. Tries again. The shot by Hickson, no good.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Drummond dishes to Jennings. From downtown, no good. Good D by Lawson.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
No luck. And the Pistons now going the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
And I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that Timberwolves game. That should be a close one.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Outside Jennings. Jennings can't get that one to fall.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit. Well, Denver in the post-Melo years has been a collection of good players, but you always have to wonder if they'll have a low ceiling because this team does not have a so-called superstar.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. That's a 2 from Smith. Money from the wing. Smith's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
And Lawson with the drive. Out to Chandler. Here's Lawson. 8 points for him. That is good. And here's Jennings. Dishes to Meeks. Pass to Smith. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from 11. That one rolling around and rims out.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Here's Lawson. Second shot opportunity. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Johnson.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Into Smith. It's stolen by Hickson. Now Aflalo kicks to Lawson. Here's Chandler. Oh, that's offensive interference. So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Hickson. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. Randy Foy, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Caldwell Pope kicks to Martin. Passes to Caldwell Pope. 4 on the clock. Butler from outside. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Great job. Take it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there.
The Pistons.
That's it.
And you know this, man.
Or the 5 spot, and his comment.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Pistons lead by 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Rebounding certainly a big part of the contributions you've made early in this one. Do you think this game is going to come down to which team hustles the most?
Yeah, it's going to be a
think it's going to be about who wants it more. But we're playing with a passion right now, and hopefully we'll stay driven the rest of the way in order to get this win.
Thank you so much, Kevin. He makes it hard to argue with his logic.
Thanks so much, Dort.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. Number one,
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half. Pistons leading by 3. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Lawson at point with a follow. They're the back. JaVale McGee is out there with Hickson, and it's Chandler in at small forward. Takes it from 10. And Monroe. Bucket on the assist from Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got his 8th assist here tonight. And the Nuggets making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. 10th in rebounding. And they're in the top half of the league in scoring as well. Not too shabby.
Yeah, this is a team that shoots the ball well, and I think the key is their accuracy from the three-point line. You look at that number in the top 10, as you talked about, Clark. You know, they've leaned on this of late particularly, and I think their success from the three-point line has really allowed their offense to open up and become more balanced.
Monroe. Ty Lawson pulls it in.
Can't connect there, but still a red-hot start to the half, hitting 4 of their first 5 field goal attempts.
A follow the pass to Hickson. The shot misses. Detroit leading by 5. Meeks dishes to Jennings. In low to Monroe. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Chandler.
Well, Greg Monroe, good size and skill at the power forward position. Loves to operate from the high post where he can make plays for others or attack off the dribble.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
Well, and of course, we'd all like to see that free throw percentage improve. I mean, he does not have the touch in the 60s.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
yes,
And Monroe is an elusive left-hander. He's great at driving and getting to the basket. Not really an elite athlete, but, well, I tell you, with his size and ball handling ability, he's more than capable.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Drummond kicks to Meeks. Outside Jennings. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Almost, but it rolls out. And Monroe developing his mid-range jump shot, Steve, to complete his face-up arsenal.
Well, he's made strides. I mean, it's a little concerning to see his free throw percentage falling over the last 2 seasons, but you know, that jump shot is key to keeping his driving lanes open.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And Meeks kicks to Jennings. To the left side wing. Here's Meeks. He's guarded by a follow. It's Jennings with the drive. The baseline J. That's good on the jump shot. Jennings has got 4 this quarter.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
Lawson gets the screen from Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Jennings. Lawson kicks to Chandler. Back to Lawson. Johnson sets the screen for Lawson. Johnson with a screen on Jennings. Rejected by Jennings. Smith outside. It's back to Jennings. Smith right side. Jennings drives in. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Jennings has got 15. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Detroit.
Now, we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Pistons leading by 4.
It's a Detroit Pistons timeout.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey guys, well Brian Shaw had some advice for the team over that lane. He said to them, goal number 1 is to drive the lane and put pressure on them inside. That's where he wants their scoring to come from. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense. Lots of shots and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Cav, it'll be interesting.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Six to shoot. Feeds to Monroe. And the layup's good off the glass. Monroe's got 5 points now this quarter.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Lawson kicks to Hickson. Cloak loose. The Pistons lead it. Outside Jennings. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders over the last 10 games. Man, can these guys pass the ball? Ty Lawson, number 1.
Just dropping dimes these recent stretch of games.
Singler, he's checked in for Drummond.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets, that pushes this lead up instead of going the other way.
Singler against Chandler. Here's Johnson. Banked in off the glass. Johnson's got 18 points in the game.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
It's back to Jennings. There's the feed to Meeks. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. The Nuggets trail by 8. Lawson kicks to Hickson. Takes it from 10. That's good. The Pistons shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Here's Meeks. He's guarded by Afflalo. And he banks in the layup. 16 points for Josh Smith.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Lawson gets the screen from Johnson. Lawson's against Jennings. Here's Johnson. Soft touch off the glass. Johnson's got 20 points.
Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 P's, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team because they're taking advantage of it.
Lawson the pass to Johnson, and he slams it one-handed. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And Singler kicks to Smith. A rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
When you're hot, you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Johnson. He's got 12 rebounds, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
That seems like it could have been more because he's been in position to make plays defensively most of the game.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Urebko's checked in for Smith. Butler comes in for Meeks, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Brandon Jennings. Robinson against Singler. Shot clock at 5. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Hits the jumper in space. Butler's got 6.
Now, it's hard to imagine them not running away with this game if they can continue to shoot the ball like they have been.
Steve, everything is falling for them this half, and they haven't had any empty possessions, scoring on every trip.
Boyd dishes to Johnson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made one and missed one. That's good from Johnson.